Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be taking my Mermails. Now, this deck is a really fun deck, and this is actually the first time it's actually made it to my channel, because I've been tweaking it a little bit to where I can synchro in this deck a little bit easier, because you guys know how I like synchros. But before I get into this video, I really want to give a shout out to Isaac over at Top Games, who helped me get this playset of awesome Mosaic Rare Mermail Abyss Megalos to make this deck profile possible. I really appreciate it, Isaac. You're the best man. Thanks. Anyways, let's get straight on into this. Now, this deck is a really fun deck. And now you know that I'm playing Mass Starboy. So, I mean, it was kind of a given, but hey, what the hell. So first off, we're going to play, of course, 3 copies of Mermail Abyss Megalo. I'm going to have to kind of scoot these cards up to the top because we're playing a lot of monsters in this deck, no traps. Mermail Abyss Megalo's effect is that you can discard 2 other water monsters from your hand to the graveyard to special summon him from your hand, and then you get to search a Abyss spell or trap card from your deck to the hand. His other effect that makes him the OTK maker of the deck is that you contribute 1 other face-up attack position water monster you control to let him attack twice. I can make him easily a 29 beater to where he can, maybe not 29, he goes up by 5 and then 8. So that'd be 37. He goes up to 37. Yeah, you can get him up to 37, I believe. If my math's right, I might be off a little bit. But you can make him 37 and make him attack twice, which he can pretty much almost OTK by himself. Then we play 3 copies of Mermail Abyss. I'm so glad this got a reprint. It really needed it. Mermail Abyss is one of the awesome cards in this deck. He's the other level 7 that we play in this deck. And his effect is that you can discard 1 other water monster to special summon from the hand, and he is a searcher. If he's summoned this way, you can add a level 4 or lower Mermail monster from your deck to your hand, which is pretty nice, but we don't play a lot of Mermail monsters in this deck. He's kind of just there to summon. I know that sounds a little weird, but we only play 2 monsters for him to search. And that is 1 copy of his Spike, which is the one we're probably going to be searching in the early game, because his effect is that when he's normal or special summoned, you can discard 1 water monster to the graveyard, add a level 3 water monster from your deck to the hand. And a lot of your monsters get effects off by being discarded, so the lower level ones get effects off, like Gund. Mermail Abyss Gun is another one of that we play in the deck, and she's the only other Mermail that we play in the deck. And her effect is that if she's discarded the graveyard, you can target a Mermail monster in your graveyard, except another copy of herself, which we're not going to because we only have 1, and special summon that target. So if you have a Megalo in the grave because you summoned it with, or it's been sent to the grave, you can special summon this, search, or discard this, special summon this, search this, send this from hand for an effect, and then special summon back your Megalo. I know that makes it a little complicated, but you can go into a level or rank 7 play with just a couple of cards in this deck. Then for the Atlantean engine, we're playing 2 copies of Atlantean Dragoons, which I hope to soon go back to 3. It may or may not happen, but it'd be nice. I think the deck could use it, and this is one of those decks that will, in my opinion, always be meta, unless they hit like very specific cards. And I don't think they will. Then we play 1 copy of Marksman. 1 Atlantean Marksman. Not a lot of people are setting stuff in this format, so we're playing 1 Marksman just because of that. You don't see a heck of a lot of stuff set, so that's why we play 1. The reason we're playing 2 Heavy Infantry is because you do see a lot of people playing stuff face up, and he pops stuff that's face up. And another thing that people forget is that during your main phase, you can normal summon 1 level 4 or lower Sea Serpent type monster in addition to your normal summoner set. And we play quite a few Sea Serpents in this deck, in the Mermail, or not in the Mermail engine, in the Atlantean engine. So you can make a link 2 just off of summoning him, because he gives you a additional normal summon, which is really cool. But if he's discarded to the graveyard, both of their effects or all of the Atlantean cards they get an effect off if they're sent to the graveyard by the effect of a water monster. This one gets to pop a face-up card your opponent controls. This one gets to pop a face-down card your opponent controls. And this searches a Sea Serpent-type monster from your deck, which is pretty cool, because there's a lot of big Sea Serpents in this deck, like Megalo. You can search Megalo off of him. Then we play 3 copies of Neptibus, Atlantean Prince. He's really good. He is one of the big playmakers in this deck. You can send a Atlantean monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then add an Atlantean from your deck to your hand, which you can make a +1 easy. You normal summon him. You send the you send off your dragoons. Might be a +2. You send your dragoons to the grave. Search off the dragoons. Search off of the Neptibus, and then you get a sea serpent, and you get another Atlantean, which replaces the dragoon or whatever you sent to the grave from the deck. And that's really good. If he's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target a Atlantean monster in your graveyard, except another copy of himself, and special summon it. So you can special summon back out your heavy infantry, marksmans, or your dragoons, which is kind of neat. I really like him for that. He's probably one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. Then I'm playing the Nimble engine, which is 3 Nimble Beavers, and I found that 3 Nimble Anglers work really well in this engine. When this card, the Nimble Beaver, when it's normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 3 or lower Nimble monster from your deck, which is your Nimble Anglers. And then I looked up a ruling for this in the OCG, and it works in the OCG, so I would naturally assume it would work in the TCG. I mean, I know some of the rulings vary, but if he is sent to the graveyard, if he's sent from the hand or the deck to the graveyard, you can special summon 2 level 3 or lower Nimble monsters from your deck. So, feasibly, if you discard him with a Abystius and you discard Angler, Angler's effect goes off after the chain resolves with Abystius because he was sent to the grave. I did look it up, and it does count even if he's sent for cost. Now, you guys can look behind me, but from what I've read, it does work. So, now, for the Frog engine, I know there's a lot of engines going on right now. We play 3 Swap Frogs. You can discard a water monster to special summon him from your hand. And when he special summon, you can send a level 2 or lower Aqua monster to the graveyard, which is usually going to be your Ronin Totem that you're going to send to the grave. Or another Dupe Frog if you already have your Ronin Totem in the grave. But he kind of helps with your link plays and stuff like that and overlays into totally awesome. This deck really is great. I will highly recommend you build this. And it's kind of budget. Besides the Megalos. Then we play 1 Dupe Frog, because Dupe Frog is the card that you're going to special summon off of your Swap Frog. If you return him to the hand and you have this in your hand, then you can special summon him, or you can normal summon him back out, which is kind of cool. Ronin Totem, you can banish a frog from the grave, special summon him from the grave, which is kind of nice because he helps with link plays. 2 Gamma Seals. Gamma Seal kind of helps with those problem cards that you just cannot handle. 1 more Inglacia. It's easy to control in this deck how many cards you have of a certain archetype, because everything's water in the main deck to go off. 1 Deep Sea Diva, because Synchro plays. And then this is my last card, okay? But I'm going to get you guys to guess what it is, okay? So on the count of 3, I'm going to flip it, but I want you guys to kind of give me a guesstimate what it is. All right, so 3, 2, 1. It is a monster, so keep that in mind. 1. Here we go. It is 2 copies of Fishborg Lancer. Fishborg Lancer is really good in this deck, because if you special summon out Abystius and normal summon this, or have this in the grave, and you discarded this off the Abystius, you can special summon this back and instantly go for a white or a whale, which is crazy good because it's like Dark Hole for attack, or it's like Mirror Force for attack position monsters when it comes out. It just kills every attack position monster your opponent controls. And if the only cards in your graveyard other than it are water monsters, you can special summon it back for free and then banish it when it leaves the field, which is crazy good. But it can only be used for water monster synchros, which is kind of sucks. But we're only really going to go for these 3 right here, which is Coral Dragon, Bryonic, and White Aura Whale. I thought about putting in Trish, but I was like, I'm going to have this, and a level 7 to get it off. And I was like, nah, that ain't worth it. But that's it for the monsters. I know, big monster count. If you guys want the deck list, here it is. Just pause the video and look at it. So, let's keep going. We have a couple of spells, but that was almost it for the main deck. Like, I'm totally serious. It's a humongous monster count. I'll count the spells and we can tell how many monsters it is. 1 Soul Charge, because this deck benefits off being able to special summon a bunch of crap at once. 1 for 1, because you play Fishborg and Atlantean Prince, and usually you're going to summon the Prince off of this, unless you've already used him for the turn. Then you make the White Aura Whale, or if you need a quick, like, Dark Hole, you can make this really quick. 1 Abyss Scale. Abyss Scale is the search card that you search off of your, well, that's not Megalo. You search it off of Megalo to kind of get your plays going. There's your Megalo. You search this off of this when he's special summoned. It negates spells and makes him go up by 800, which is really, really good. It gets him to 37 if you have this plus a Master Boy on the field, which is usually my big play. 2 Morays, just in case I draw the cards I don't need. Like, if I draw 2 Fishborg, I'm going to shuffle probably at least one of them back with something else to draw 3. And then 2 Salvage, because I play so many low-level monsters in this deck that it's easy. And we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 33 monsters and 7 spells. But that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. So pretty self-explanatory for the extra deck. White Aurora Whale, this card is nuts. If it's Synchro Summon, you can destroy all your opponent's monsters in attack position. And this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during the battle phase, which is crazy. And if this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. And if this card is destroyed by an opponent's card by battle or by card effect, and sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 other water monster from your graveyard, special summon this card, and if you do, it is treated as a tuner monster. I don't really care about being a tuner monster. I care about all those other effects. That card's nuts. 1 Coral Dragon. It's a tuner monster, but we're just going to make it, just in case, to destroy the other card, discard a card and destroy a card. He kind of comes in handy. 1 Bryonic. Bryonic is easy to make. You can discard a bunch of crap in your hand to bounce a bunch of stuff your opponent controls to OTK them. But the errata is that you can only do it once per turn, I believe. Yeah, once per turn. 1 Red Eyes. He's easy to make. You usually don't want to go into anything besides your water monsters, but he's kind of there in case you need, if there's a loop that you can perform with him. If your opponent's doing something silly like Grinder Golem and you know they're doing it, you can make this and then go, well, thanks. Keep giving me that Grinder Golem. I'll keep burning you for 5. 1 Abyss Gaius. He's the rank 7 I usually go for. 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac, because he produces tokens and I can use the tokens if I want to. 1 Big Eye, because in case I need to steal something. 2 Toads, main boy of the deck, and he's totally awesome. That's all I need to say. He negates monster spell and traps by tributing basically another frog on the field. And you can detach card to special summon a frog, which is crazy. He literally generates his own stuff, and he sets the card on your field, whatever he negates. As long as it's not a speed spell 3, he negates it. 1 Borreload. Borreload is extremely easy to make in this deck. Like, extremely easy. And I actually like going for him more than I like going for Firewall, surprisingly. I am proxying the 1 Firewall Dragon. I'm just playing 1 copy of him. There is some crazy combos that you can get off with Firewall, but I just like 1. I'm not all about that crazy crap. 1 Decode Talker. Decode Talker is easy to make. He's kind of like your go-to Link 3. He's the only Link 3 I play, though. 1 Magician. She's really, really easy to make. You can make her with the Dracosac tokens. If Dracosac gets destroyed and you still got the tokens for some reason. But she's kind of like another rank 2 or Link 2, and then 2 Master Boys. I've thought about dropping Magician for a 3rd Master Boy, but I don't know. If you don't have a Magician, you can drop her out and play the 3rd Master Boy if you want to. But that's it for the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed putting this deck together. This is actually the first time I've ever deck profiled it. And again, I really quickly want to give a shout out to Isaac over at Top Games. I really, really appreciate you helping me get this deck together. I'm going to hold on to it for a long, long time. I'm always going to be updating it and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about my deck profiles and make requests down below. Tell me what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to join DarkArmedAlliance down in the description, and I'll see you guys around. See you later, guys.